Ryan, got 2 questions. Could you maybe make a video on how to set up a Connolly? What moving the fin, the boots, and other smaller fin does? How do you set up your ski? As far as my settings, I'm always basically 74.7 centimeters from the tail with a fin set at 0.750, 2.529, 6.823, wing at 9. That's my current setup and where I'm normally running my fin and boots. As far as everybody else, on the websites of all these skis, we put the settings that us elite level skiers are riding. And I really do recommend that you stay on those settings until you've peaked. Like it's almost if you haven't peaked, don't tweak sort of setup. In that if your skiing is still progressing, don't stuff with your fin because there's a chance that you're going to move that fin into a zone that doesn't even work for someone like me that can ski on lots of different setups. Like there's only a few sort of ranges relative to the boot setup and that ski that work well, generally speaking. The only time that I would sort of want people on a really strange setup is if they've sort of hit a wall and they've been at that spot for sort of maybe 3 years and it's looking like you're not going to improve without it. And then you'll do what's basically a band-aid solution, change your fin into something crazy just because of a real error in your skiing that isn't really going to get fixed because you've been the same for 4 years. That's my sort of take on the whole setup. When I first got into the professional level skiing, I was pretty unaware of what setups were going to work for most people. And Jason, he did me up this Excel spreadsheet that we still use at Connolly. And it was a way for us to index like a huge volume of skiers' fin setups. So we sort of had them all charted. And once we got rid of anyone sort of below 38 off, what we realized is that most advanced level skiers, so 38 and beyond, were basically moving in one of 2 directions. They were either moving their fin forward, shallow and long, or back deep and short. And both times they were increasing surface area, meaning that like a higher level skier runs a larger fin. And to get your surface area, you just multiply sort of your depth by your length. And obviously that gives you the surface area of a rectangle, but you just sort of pretend that that's your surface area. That's just the number we use instead of working out the half moon. So yeah, that's sort of the basic dynamics of what elite level skiers are doing with their fin. And then if you're a forward, shallow and long sort of setup, you're generally going to move your boots a little bit forward. And if you're a back deep and short setup, you're going to have your boots back. And with a forward, shallow, long, you don't run much wing. You're sort of talking about a 7. And with a back deep and short setup, you're sort of talking about a 9. Might do another whole video. I know that's sort of all a bit complicated, but yeah, there's a fair bit to it. And I really do recommend that people stay on things recommended by the factory websites because that's your best bet at staying in a zone that still works for a huge range of skiers. And you know, you don't want a ski that's set up in a way that even when I ride it, I can't ski well on it. Just have a ski that you know is capable of running really short lines and try and figure out how to make it work. But then yeah, if you've hit a wall and you want to play with it, go for it. Alrighty, Jet. How you going, Jet? Jet says, what made you ski on a Connolly? So back in the day, I got a sponsorship by Water Skiers World, Gareth, prior to going to the States. And yeah, Gareth was so good to me because he did what, you know, is possibly the best thing you could do for a young skier at that level. He just let me ride everything in the shop and choose the ski that I wanted to ride. So it's pretty awesome. I really, like from the start, had a good grasp of all the skis. And yeah, that was back when I got on the Prophecy. And then once you're talking beyond the Prophecy, I mean, I had, a huge amount to do with the GT and then even more so with the GTR. So, I mean, admittedly, the ski is now going in the direction that myself and the other Connolly athletes are advocating for. So the odds of me choosing another ski now is getting slimmer and slimmer considering we're building this thing to do what we think it should. And it seems to be going very well for all of us at the moment, considering how well Manon is skiing. Sasha's crushing 41s. Yeah, I'm not looking like swapping anytime soon. What do we got? Would love to know what you do for dry land training exercises to help your skiing on and off season training.